My dear, respect you for being so strong mentally and emotionally up until this moment. It has definitely not been an easy road for you. And yet, you persisted and carried on. Your act of courage has been acknowledged by the universe. That is why the universe has come to your aid today, to reward you with a life-changing moment, to bless you with an incredibly powerful ancient secret wealthy people have been using since 55 BC. Now, I know that you are eager to find out more, but before that, please, may I ask you 3 quick questions? How would your overall emotional state of life change if you are able to maintain a huge positive balance in your bank account at the end of every month? How would it feel to you if you are able to order food from the more expensive left side of the menu instead of the right? And most incredibly, what would your life look like if you are able to be completely free from all financial debts, worries, and anxieties that have been bothering you? My friend, this new, wonderful life, filled with all the wealth, love, and abundance you desire, will become your new reality once you have this archaic secret. In fact, it will become something that will serve you for the rest of your life. I know what you're probably thinking. All this may seem far-fetched or even impossible to you right now, but I implore you to keep an open mind and an open heart, because if your mind is closed, nothing good can enter. Hi, my name is Becky Gray. You see, I wasn't born a silver spoon, got lucky, or inherited a large sum of money. The truth is, I was once in your position, if not worse. I was the last person that my friends would ever think made it when it comes to money. I'm serious. I've always felt hopeless, out of control, and stressed out whenever it comes to money. And it has haunted me for years. Ever since graduating a couple of years ago, I have been working 6 days a week as an assistant librarian. I was making only $1,900 a month. I had barely enough to pay the rent and the hospital bills for my dad. The thing is, I was the sole breadwinner of my family. My parents had separated when I was little, and my dad, who single-handedly raised me, ended up bedridden for the past 5 years due to bad health. The doctor said it was due to cardiac arrhythmias. It's a condition that causes irregular heartbeat and sometimes a sudden drop in blood pressure, which can lead to stroke, unconsciousness, and even cardiac arrest. Because of his heart condition, he was frequently admitted to the hospital. This also meant I had to save up every possible dollar to get financially ready when it happened. Life was hard. It was a mess. Day after day, it would be work, home, repeat. I hated my life. A vicious cycle that drained my passion and enthusiasm for life as each day passed by. At that point in time, all I could ever think of is how to make more money so that I'd never have to worry about paying hospital bills and unforeseen expenses ever again. I guess you could say that I had no life. I knew my having a hobby or any outside interest or passion beyond slaving away at work every day would be an absolute luxury which I could never afford back then. One day, as I was walking home from work, I bumped into my oldest friend back from junior high school. But here's the shocker. She was driving a smoking hot, open-roofed BMW. Lyra yelled, "Becky, hi!" as Lyra waves frantically at me. She stopped when the traffic light turned red. She pointed at the cafe just beside the road and asked me to meet her there in a minute. But before I could complete my sentence, she drove off to find a parking spot. Feelings of embarrassment and shame began to rise inside of me. I don't know how to share with her the horrible truth about my current situation. That's because it had been almost 8 years since we last saw each other. And of course, I was super curious to find out what Lyra was up to. You see, the thing is, Lyra's family was not well-to-do. But seeing her drive a smoking hot BMW just intrigued me even more. When we met, I found out Lyra had been working at a wealth management company. She had successfully helped hundreds of clients grow their wealth. Naturally, as her clients' wealth grows, so does her income. Long story short, after we talked a while, I felt close to her again. I picked up the courage to share with her about my situation. All I could think about was finding out if she could help me get out of this financial hellhole I was in. In a split second, Lyra smiled at me and gave me hope. She quickly managed to derive a plan that makes complete sense. Most importantly, her enthusiasm was infectious. She even made a call to connect me with her banker to get the loan I needed approved. To me, it almost felt like she had done this 1,000 times before. Everything was just so smooth and according to plan. And it was done. With Lyra's help, I ended up investing $10,000 with high hopes, using the loan she helped me get. Lyra said all I had to do was wait for my check in the mail. I didn't get a check the next week like I thought I would. Week after week, I anticipated getting a check from Lyra's firm. 1 month has passed. There was no news. 2 months had passed. Again, nothing. Every day that went by caused me to worry even more with the additional interest that was adding up from the loan I took. My investment cost was going up and up. I was losing hope very quickly. My heart was filled with fear. And one day, my worst nightmare came true. Lyra called and told me, "Hey, Becky, look, there had been some delays in the investment. There's nothing we can do now except to wait for it." At that moment, all I could feel was guilt, shame, and regret. How could I have been so stupid, I thought to myself. Instead of making my financial situation better, I'm making it worse. Gosh, I can't believe it. Little did I know, this was just the beginning. The worst has yet to come. My stubborn landlord insisted on increasing the cost of the rental. Add to that the new prescriptions of drugs given to my dad, the medical bills I had to pay increased a lot too. After paying the bills, the money left in my bank account was $96.70, slightly below $100. A feeling of intense dread and overwhelming panic hit me. My next salary check comes in 2 weeks, in 14 days. What am I going to do? The only thing I could do to salvage my situation was to request for overtime work. Every night, I laid in bed tossing and turning, never knowing when we would be evicted. At any time, we could be kicked out onto the cruel streets and be homeless. The next day during lunch, I was called into my boss's office. With the high hopes of being offered extra work hours, I kept my chin up high. The worst thing that could ever happen hit me. I was fired. No explanations, nothing. Feeling speechless and in despair, I tearfully packed up my stuff and left. Suddenly, as I walked out the door, I received a call. It was from the hospital. My dad had been admitted once again. Damn it, could this day get any worse? No matter how bad I felt, I had to bury all the overwhelming emotions from being fired. I had to rush down to the hospital. I have to be there for Dad. Hours later, after his condition stabilized, I entered the ward and sat beside my father's bed. As I looked at his face, with tubes inserted all over his body, I had reached my breaking point. I couldn't help breaking down in tears. I just held his hand and cried my heart out. All the terrible hurt I felt, all the hateful emotions and overwhelming fear I had buried inside me suddenly overwhelmed me. I honestly felt nothing in my life was working for me. No matter how hard I tried, no matter how hard I worked, everything I had sacrificed, it was all for nothing. I sat in the chair, sobbing my eyes out. I really wanted to give up. I wanted to escape from everything. Then a soft voice whispered in my ear. People cry not because they are weak. It's because they've been strong for too long. In my heart, I prayed for a miracle. Why do I have to keep going through this horrible fear of losing my dad over and over again? Please help me, anyone. Help me end this pain and suffering. I was so exhausted mentally and emotionally. I cried to sleep as I was holding my dad's hand. I woke up a few hours later. I looked in the bathroom mirror and felt horrible, with smudged mascara all over my face. I left the hospital ward to get some fresh air. It was 9 p.m. A deep, dark, and sinister despair washed over me. Fueled by my intense feelings of overwhelming stress, sadness, and hopelessness, I felt betrayed. I felt abandoned with zero support from anyone. There was no one to call to help me. I was all alone. A sick and twisted, self-destructive thought hit me. That all of this horror and shame in my life was just meant to be. It was my fate. It was my karma coming back to crush me. Without knowing how I got there, I ended up at the hospital rooftop. I walked to the edge, and there I was, glancing down to the street below, contemplating horrible thoughts of taking my own life. In my mind, I knew this is the end. One more step. This would end everything. End the pain. End not feeling good enough. End the worry and fear. End the soul-sucking heartache. End all my grief and despair. All gone. For good. I stepped right up to the edge. I closed my eyes and leaned forward, waiting to feel the emptiness of myself falling. A strong gust of ice-cold wind blew past me. I heard the words, "Don't." It was as though the universe was telling me not to do it. Something pushed me, and I was forced to take a step back. Feeling shocked yet relieved, I opened my eyes. I realized how it could have been if I had taken that final plunge to my death. I cried out loud in anguish, thinking how my death would horribly hurt my dad. On shaky legs, I turned away from the edge of the rooftop. With hesitant steps, I walked back inside. As I closed the door to the rooftop, I fell hard against it in relief. A wave of intense fear hit me at how close I had been. Later, as I was sitting at the cafeteria, reflecting what I had almost done, a friendly voice reached out to me. "May I sit?" a good-looking older man asked me. I looked around and realized that everywhere else was full. I replied, "Oh, yeah, sure." Little did I know what he was about to say to me would change the trajectory of my entire life forever. He smiled as he looked at me. Then, in an extremely kind and empathetic voice, he said, "Well, not long ago, I was going through a rough spot. I had a huge debt I couldn't pay, but Lady Fortuna took it away." Wait, what? How did he know what I was going through? Why did he talk about money? Who is Lady Fortuna? I didn't even know who he was. But one thing for sure, he caught my attention. Believe it or not, as he talked to me, a feeling of peace washed over me. He shared how he managed to get out of his $1 million debt. He said he manifested over $200,000 extra in just a few short months using an ancient script of money prayers. His name was Mr. Jones. At first, I was skeptical, but as the conversation went on, it felt that we had known each other for years. He was genuinely interested in helping me. It was as though he knew what I was going through and was trying to console me and make me feel better at the same time. He said that our energetic body is just like a vessel that it can only hold so much. If you fill your vessel up with bad stuff, there's no room for the good stuff to enter. Have you ever heard of this saying, like attracts like? If all you have is bad energy in your life, what you will attract is more negative energy with your negative thoughts. Negative thoughts create negative emotions, which brings more negative things and even more bad events into your life. It's a vicious circle. Now, close your eyes for a bit. He asked me to take a deep breath and relax. Then, to listen to his voice for the next few minutes. I heard him speaking in a soft voice, reciting something, and then he was done. I opened my eyes, feeling refreshed as a feeling of intense calm washed over me. The heavy burden I'd always carried on my shoulders suddenly left me. It was as though all of my anxiety, negative thoughts, and worries were lifted off of me. This was the lightest I had felt in months. This was crazy. I couldn't believe it. Before Mr. Jones left, he took out a few pieces of folded, old-looking paper from his jacket and gave them to me. As I held them in my hand, he said, "Here, you need this more than I do," he said. "Go home. Read them before you go to bed. Do the same for the next 7 days. Watch what happens." He smiled at me and left. A question for you. Have you ever wished for, and then for some funny reason felt hope when you were at the lowest of your life? That was the exact same feeling of salvation I had gotten from Mr. Jones. It was warm and assuring, as though the world hasn't completely given up on you, with a special type of kindness that has its way of inspiring people. As I made my way home, I saw a homeless man in old, wrinkled clothes with a skinny puppy in his arms. They were shivering and hungry on the cold street. I couldn't walk by without helping, so feeling sympathetic, I gave him a $10 bill, knowing that I only had $90 left. I stopped, and as I handed in the money, I told him, "You need this more than I do." His honest smile and sincere thanks brought tears to my eyes. My heart swelled with happiness. It felt great to give. I felt a flood of new hope. I was looking forward to trying out what Mr. Jones had given me. As soon as I reached home, I opened the old, crinkled pieces of folded paper. It said, "Fortuna Money Prayers." I read the first prayer on the list and went to bed, full of hope, but not knowing what to expect. Despite having all the odds against me, that night I slept better than I had in months. The next morning, I opened my mailbox and, as usual, it was filled with bills. I had submitted my life to fate. I was always fearing we would get evicted and become homeless. But in the pile of bills, I found a personal letter. This was something different. It wasn't from any billing organization. I opened it, and to my surprise, it was from an ex-colleague. She had quit her job and started her own business. She thanked me for connecting her with Alice, another friend of mine. She wrote how they had become business partners and launched a business together. The best part? They managed to make 7 figures in their first year of business. I smiled. I was happy and yet felt rather envious of them. Then I saw a second slip of paper inside of the letter. As I slowly pulled it out, I saw my name on it. My jaw dropped. I read words, and my heart almost stopped. It said, 50,000. Oh my God! It was a check, paid to the order of Becky Gray, $50,000. Getting this huge check out of the blue made me feel like I had just seen one of God's gifts in real life. Unable to process what just happened, I burst into tears of gratitude. This huge amount of money was more than enough to pay our bills for months, maybe for the entire year or more. I felt a huge sense of relief, as though my entire financial situation was completely reversed. See, what I found next was very interesting. Lady Fortuna did come to my rescue. You see, back in ancient times, as early as 55 BC, people prayed to Lady Fortuna, goddess Tyche, for wealth, luck, fortune, and favors. People believed that Lady Fortuna had the power to decide or even reverse one's fate. However, there were certain rules on how it would work. As I went back to open the folded pieces of paper Mr. Jones had given me, I realized there was a list of commandments. The first commandment had said, "Give, and you shall receive." Give, and you shall receive. Wait, thinking back, I did give away a $10 bill, even though I had less than $100 left in my bank account. The second commandment goes like this: Lady Fortuna rewards those who try. Despite having none of the odds in my favor, I did try to find ways to make my financial situation better. One thing for sure, I didn't just sit there and do nothing. And there was more. This was so important. I knew I had to do something about this. The only thing I could think of was to share the good news with my father. Somehow, we had been financially blessed. Then I had to give Mr. Jones a call. Once again, Mr. Jones and I met at the hospital cafeteria. Mr. Jones was really happy the prayer had worked for me. Then he told me the science behind it. You see, everything is made up of vibrations and frequencies. And like I mentioned before, like attracts like, just like a radio wave. If you are tuned into a certain frequency, you will immerse yourself in it and attract whatever is in that frequency. He cautioned me that if a person is in distress or suffers any misfortune, that means they are stuck in a low-level frequency, and that's a negative frequency, just like I was stuck in a while ago. If you've read this far, you may be stuck in a low-level frequency too. You could be having a hard time getting out of it, which is why you may be experiencing difficulties in your life. Mr. Jones explained that the people who can effortlessly manifest abundance, wealth, and prosperity are closely attuned to a completely different frequency of 528 Hertz. 528 Hertz is known as the miracle frequency. High vibrational states such as abundance, prosperity, wealth, bliss, good luck, love, all lies within that frequency. In fact, that's also where Lady Fortuna and her blessings reside as well. When you listen to 528 Hertz every day, you are putting yourself instantly in a state of bliss, abundance, and wealth. 528 Hertz blends in with the prayers for positive vibrations. Combining the two is like getting a money and prosperity magnet on steroids. That is only one aspect to it, said Mr. Jones. The prayers and the commandments are meant to raise your frequency. But before you can start receiving the blessings, I also had to make sure that your vessel is cleansed. That's why I needed you to close your eyes and listen to my voice the other time. I had to get your energetic vessel cleansed before you started using the prayers. He told me to continue reciting the prayers and diligently remember to do it every day, and you shall have more. Remember, Lady Fortuna rewards those who try. Money, wealth, and abundance don't just land on anyone's feet. One must take action in order to gain Lady Fortuna's attention. Also, promise me one thing. When you are done with it, please pass it on to someone who is willing to help themselves, said Mr. Jones. And blessed be the name of Lady Fortuna. Ever since that chat with Mr. Jones, I have used the prayers to manifest $160,400 in just a few short months. With the extra money, the hospital bills and my dad's treatments were fully taken care of. My dad's condition greatly improved because of the new treatments he's been receiving. Do you remember my friend Lyra, who drove her expensive B&W convertible? My patience paid off. The investment I made in her company worked out in the end, and I've been collecting checks month after month like clockwork. The best part is, because of my newfound manifesting ability, I was able to have my favorite thing in the whole world, my own small pet grooming business. You see, I have always loved pets. Now I am spending my days with animals in my dream business doing what I love. All this was possible because of the ancient money prayers that was given to me. But I had to have the willingness to try, the willingness to give, the willingness to try and believe and receive. That's what made all the difference. It is still a mystery to me, but after my last meeting with Mr. Jones, I could no longer contact him. His helping me was like a miracle, as though he was sent by the Lady Fortuna herself. I will always be eternally grateful for him. The words he said, to pass it on to someone who is willing to help themselves, will always be on my mind. So ever since then, it has been my personal mission to spread the miracle of Lady Fortuna's prayers to everyone who needs it. I'm on a heavenly guided mission to help tens of thousands, if not millions of people get the critical help they are searching for. The miracle of Lady Fortuna's prayers can reverse their financial problems just like it did for me and my dad. At my last count, more than 11,047 people have used Lady Fortuna's prayers, and by listening to 528 Hertz every day, enjoy a state of bliss, abundance, and wealth. People have made money with this, and here are some of the happy reviews. Jenny Lewis, $2,000 from the Lady of Fortune. Didn't used to believe in prayers or any sort of manifestation program, but it made so much sense going through it. Now, as I heighten my state daily, many good things are happening to me. It's just there, and I don't need to ask for it anymore. Today, I received a bonus check from my company for $2,000. Thank you, Lady Fortuna. Chris P. Tried many manifestation course, but this is by far the most effective. Most of the programs are just bits and pieces of information, but this is seriously the real deal. I have been blessed with an unexpected $20,000 win from the lotto. Brian Harvey. Being a single dad with 3 kids, it's not easy to have any savings left after paying the bills. I tried Fortuna Money Prayers for just 3 days, and I got a new work-from-home offer that pays $3,000 a month. This is truly a miracle. Introducing Fortuna Money Prayers. The rarest of its kind, these money miracles have been passed down since the archaic times. When the world pushes you to your knees, you're in the perfect position to pray. The fact that you are still watching this means you are meant to be here at this important, life-changing moment. Remember, the Fortuna Money Prayers book comes from ancient archaic times. This ancient prayer book has the incredible power to reverse financial disasters and bring you more wealth, deeper love, and good fortune. The first time you open and read the Fortuna Money Prayers book and say the prayers, you will see it consists of the 7 commandments of wealth. You will also get the entire script of ancient money prayers. Every day, you will want to pray for and do all you can to ensure you receive new prosperity for the rest of your life. After all, don't you agree that wealth is the ability to fully experience life? I read my first prayer and got a $50,000 check just for introducing my coworker to a friend of mine who created a business together. How crazy is that? You're getting ready to get access to the exact same prayer book valued at $111 that manifested unlimited blessings in my life. If you're wondering if Fortuna Money Prayers will work for you, just try it and see. Unlock everything your heart desires and create the life you want. And get ready to live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. Click on the button below to get Fortuna Money Prayers at only $37 today. Even better news? To ensure you are at the correct frequency of 528 Hertz, not only will you receive Fortuna Money Prayers book, you will also get the 7 Days Fortuna Hymns, Melodies of Luck, Wealth, and Fortune MP3, worth $777, specially designed and embedded with 528 Hertz, the miracle frequency. You see, unlike most manifestation programs that require you to listen to an audio to put your brain in a certain state, this is only a temporary solution. Once you stop listening to it, the manifestation effect stops working. I had to solve that problem, so I created the 7 Days Fortuna Hymns. If you're at a low vibrational frequency, all you need to do is listen to the 7 Days Fortuna Hymns. Just doing this will instantly allow you to deeply entrain the feelings of gratitude, love, and abundance into every cell in your body. Once you listen to the Fortuna hymns, new frequencies of abundance will be permanently downloaded into your life. You will be vibrating at a higher frequency of 528 Hz, and this will reactivate your forgotten ability to manifest money, find true love, and enjoy limitless abundance as your new level of being. Read the prayers, listen to the Fortuna hymns. You'll be stunned at the change of your life. No matter what your dreams are, you'll start moving in the direction of your dreams and feeling calmer with more joy after saying the very first prayer. My dear, that's not all. In fact, I truly want you to have the absolute best life can give you. When you secure your access to the Fortuna Money Prayers program, you will be thrilled to know I am including 3 additional premium gifts. Premium gift number 1 includes Fortuna Salvation Prayers, valued at $33. Inside Fortuna Salvation, you will find the exact words Mr. Jones recited to help me cleanse my energy vessel. Saying these exact words is a must before you start reciting the money prayers. This is especially true if you have been living in an unhappy environment and you often fear or feel anxious about the future. If that's you, that means your vibrational frequency is low. Remember, if you don't remove the negative energies in your life by listening to the 7 Days Fortuna hymns and saying the exact words inside Fortuna Salvation, you won't be able to welcome the new positive energies into your life. Premium gift number 2 includes Fortuna Salvation Accelerated Prayers, valued at $55. You see, as I was working with the prayers over the years, I experimented with new and exciting energies with an accelerated clearing process for deeply embedded karma. This work resulted in an exciting gift I'd like to give you. This is a powered-up version of Fortuna Salvation. When you use Fortuna Salvation's accelerated prayers, it will release the negative energies in your life which have been holding you back from manifesting your desires and achieving your dream life. You only need to do an accelerated clearing every few months, but I strongly recommend it when starting out with the program. Last but not least, premium gift number 3 includes Fortuna Daily Wealth Magnets, valued at $77. The printable poster has the ancient text on it. You will see it when you download it. We are all creatures of habits, and it is easy to forget things and revert to our old patterns. The Fortuna Daily Wealth Magnet was designed to remind you that you are unique and deserving of wealth. This beautifully designed wealth poster is truly a beautiful sight. Tape the Fortuna Daily Wealth Magnet on your mirror or anywhere you need to see it to manifest. Do it and watch the magic happen. Fortuna Money Prayers with 3 gifts is valued at $1,053. You see, the secret works of Lady Fortuna have helped thousands of people, friends, acquaintances, and people who are all around me. Now you too have the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make the Fortuna Money Prayer Program's ancient secrets work for you too. As you have now known that the total value of this incredible program is easily worth $1,053, now it is important to me that everyone who is in financial difficulty or is experiencing hardship in any form can get this. Because I never want anything to stop you from receiving these valuable blessings. Just like Mr. Jones said, only to help those who are willing to help themselves should receive these ancient secrets. So, to make this as affordable as possible for you, I'm covering the majority of the cost for you. You won't be paying $1,053, which I'm sure by now you will feel would be an incredible value, even at that price. Instead, you will get everything inside the Fortuna Money Prayers program for the tiny investment of not $1,053, not $499, not $199, but only $37 today. $37 is tiny compared to the wealth of financial blessings you will receive. Remember, I have your best interests at heart, so you can have the absolute best life can give you. Click on the button below to secure your life-changing discount and get full access to Fortuna Money Prayers, plus the 3 premium gifts for only $37 right now. She read the prayers, she listened to the Fortuna hymns, and this changed her life. Here's one from Samantha J. Thanks a lot, Becky. This is definitely worth a lot more than I paid for. I mean, the sum of a meal in exchange for money blessings? The Lady of Fortune has blessed me enough to pay off my entire loan. Even have enough to treat myself a weekend getaway. I have absolute faith in this program, and Lady Luck do reward those who tries. My dear, I want to give you Fortuna Money Prayers a try. Even if the worst case happens where you can't get the prayers to work for you, I will refund your money, no questions asked. The risk is 100% on me. You are completely covered by my 100% no-hassle 60-day money-back guarantee. Give the Fortuna Money Prayers an honest try. If it doesn't work for you, then just write me an email and I'll send your money back. There's an old saying that goes, "It's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you." I want you to know that even the toughest times can soon be in the past if you take a leap of faith and give Fortuna Money Prayers a chance. For you, if you decide to try it, I hope Fortuna Money Prayers will be part of your salvation and the way out. Click on the button below right now to get full access to Fortuna Money Prayers today. Still wondering if this is right for you? We all know you can go online and find money prayers. There are bits and pieces of information over the internet. The only problem is, how do you know if it will work or not? We live in a disinformation age where we are constantly bombarded by things that fear may not be true. You can spend hours upon hours of time trying to figure out whether the bits and pieces of what you find works. Sadly, you will have missed out on all these blessings as you waste time searching for the truth. But if you are like me, you'll agree that your time is valuable and you need these blessings now, and waiting longer is not an option for you. Take a leap of faith in Fortuna Money Prayers. I have condensed all the information, which has been proven to work for 11,047 others just like you. All they invested was a tiny $37 for a lifetime of blessings. Your life could change for the better, possibly dramatically, if you give Fortuna Money Prayers a try. You have a new life with many blessings to gain. It's time to begin manifesting your true deserved life, a new life filled with new hope, new wealth, more love, and good fortune. When you are ready, click on the button below to get started. The Fortuna Money Prayers program would have helped me avoid that horrible day when I almost ended my life. There are times when I wonder what would have happened to my dad and I if I had not found this when I did. I can't help but think you are at a crossroads in your life right now. If that is you, then all I ask is that you give the Fortuna Money Prayers program a try. With the Fortuna Money Prayers program at your side, your daily life will become much easier. You'll ease the feelings of constantly being stressed out. You will feel much calmer and in control of your life, no matter what happens in this crazy, weird world we live in. The choice is yours. You can keep doing what hasn't been working for you, or you can try the Fortuna Money Prayers program. Click the button below and get started manifesting your first financial blessings. Try it now. You know you want to. You'll have 60 days to see how well the Fortuna Money Prayers program can work for you. Try it. You have nothing to lose and absolutely everything to gain. Just listen to the daily hymns and read the prayer first thing in the morning to start manifesting your desires. If you don't see amazing results, just email me and I will give you a full refund, no questions asked. Amanda did, and she is so glad she took a leap of faith. She read the prayers, she listened to the Fortuna hymns, and this is what happened. Followed the program, and I invested in helping myself to get out of my debts. 60 days in, and I still can't imagine that I'm able to quit my job and go full-time in my business. Sales is just coming in every day. My dear, if you've made it till this point of the video, I know that you are serious about taking this step forward. You should know by now that you have everything to gain and absolutely nothing to lose. So get your own copy of Fortuna Money Prayers and get ready to receive unexpected money into your life. Manifest lucrative opportunities and incredible job offers. Enjoy the power to have the universe send financial blessings your way and attract positive blessings from every direction of your life. You want to read the prayers and listen to the Fortuna hymns. You want to be amazed at the change of your life. Click on the button below to secure your one-time discount now and get Fortuna Money Prayers plus 7 days Fortuna hymns and 3 premium gifts worth $1,053 for just $37 today. This is Becky Gray, and I'll see you on the other side. All the love and all the wealth to you.